Hello, welcome to our new podcast series, which is called Love with Raw Ingredients. I'm Alex Brito, director and owner of Alex Brito Counseling, and next to me is my wife of over 20 years, Allison Brito. And a couple of things you know about Allison is a doula, and she runs an amazing collective. Can you remember what it's called again, just so people know?
Radiant Roots Doula Network.
Radiant Roots Doula Network, and she herself owns her own LLC, her own company, Allison Brito Doula Services. So you got a therapist and a doula who have over 20 years of experience in marriage, plus 3 of dating, and we, in the middle of a conversation, we're like, man, what if we did some content together? We've talked about it for a few weeks, right? And even this weekend, as we were just hanging out, right? We do a lot. We still like each other, right?
For the most part.
For the most part, yeah. In that process, we realized, like, man, what if we just talk about what we've been through? What if we just share random, authentic thoughts about different things, relationships? Because we realized that we've been doing this for a minute. Not perfectly, not movie style. That's right. Look at her eyes. She can tell you the truth. Her face don't lie. But more than that, there's been a lot of joy. There's been a lot of growth. There's been tragedies. There was times where we didn't know we were going to make it. Honest to God. But we're here. And our relationship and our love is still not perfect, but it is healthier than it's been. And we want to continue to make it healthy. So we want to share a few things. We're just trying this out. We're going to be us. You're not going to get, we are professionals, but you're going to get regular Alex and Alice, okay? That's what we call it, love with raw ingredients. Why raw ingredients? We love food, right, baby? Like, if you take us to anywhere that's got some spice, some flavor, we're there. We love to cook good food in our home, and those require ingredients. And like any relationship, a good recipe requires raw ingredients that we have to work with together. We have to process it together. We have to combine it in ways that work. And sometimes in the process, we might be a little too much salt, a little too much sugar, until we get that ingredient that fits. And that's what we love the title. We love food, we love ingredients, and we know that our love is actually raw and imperfect. So today, what better way to start than talk about how our story started?
Okay.
In the reality, a big thing I forgot to say, one of the things about Alice and I that I think we realized, man, we got to talk about it, is that when we were young, there weren't a lot of people that were in cross-cultural marriages. Here's what I mean by that. And I'm going to break some hearts. What I mean is, cross-cultural for me is between an American, in this context, and a non-American. I know that sometimes consider people, African Americans and Caucasian Americans, as cross-cultural, and there are some differences, but they have a lot more American in them. And even though that's challenging, that's not what I'm talking about. Can you get insights from our story from that? Yes. But I want to be clear. When I talk about cross-culture, is between 2 opposing cultures. Black and white in the United States, you're still American. And it's evident to those who are not American. But again, this can also be for you, but I want to be clear about my terms. To be unclear is to be unkind. And that's the truth with us. I'm from Dominican Republic. Where are you from, Allison? Just in case people don't know you.
Right here, Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Grand Rapids, the good old Midwest. Now, let's start with a question, right? Because, we want people to get to know us. So, Allison, I would love to hear you talk about how did we start? Tell me in 2 minutes or less.
Oh boy. I get to tell my version this time.
You will tell the version, and I'll give the real spicy one.
Well, I grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and other places in the world, but then we both ended up at what at the time was Reformed Bible College, a tiny little college, 300 students total.
Yep.
We were in the same year, so we were in a lot of the same classes, hanging around with the same people, and I get to tell my version.
Say your version, girl.
So
I will listen and not judge.
I started noticing that he was following me around a lot, and
I was following her around a lot. Hey, I knew what I liked.
I liked the attention, but I wasn't really looking to date. And I also was under the understanding that he was going to be going back to the Dominican Republic in a year. And I wasn't really interested in a long distance relationship. So I kind of blew him off for a bit, except
blowing off is an understatement. How long did you blow me off? Don't lie, Allison.
I don't remember.
I remember. Real honest truth. I was fresh out of the plane. I came from Dominican Republic. Everything was new to me. Okay. And I remember meeting with a friend who I reconnected with who lived in the Dominican Republic for a long time. Named Young, I see you. If you're out there, say what's up. And we had this tradition. We go have coffee in the morning. And I remember seeing Allison come down those stairs from Kuiper College. Was it Timber Hall?
Yep.
3rd floor, back when it was a girls' floor. I don't know what it is now. They keep changing every so often. And I remember thinking, wow. That's the nice version. The first version was like, man, she got a beautiful body. I'm not saying no specifics. There were specifics in there. And that was the first I started noticing you. And I think that's when I started to pursue you and be more intentional. Go ahead, continue, baby.
And then, so I was pretty sure he liked me, but I finally just confronted him and said, like, do you like me? And he said yes. And I said, okay, I like you too, but I'm not ready to date. And he thought that was not true, but it really was. I was starting to really like him, but the reasons I said I didn't want to date. So long story short is I did pray and journal about it a lot. And then after our first year of school, we officially decided to start dating. And that was after he had also found out he had gotten his scholarship continued, so he would stay the whole 4 years at RBC.
That's what love will do. It'll make you get scholarships and stuff.
So
God, love and but God.
So we started dating officially. A lot of people already thought we were dating because we hung out all the time and there was obviously chemistry between us, but we were not. And so then we did.
It was or still is? There still is. There are times where it's not because we both get kind of grumpy, but it's still there.
Yeah.
So
that was the short version. You said
wow. I might not get the short version. So everything Allison said is absolutely accurate. How I spice it up is the following. I noticed right after I saw her, like you said, most of my classes. So I would purposely, like, this is back 2001.
Yeah.
We're talking about 25 years ago. 25 years ago. Almost 25 years ago, right? And this is before we had cool texting, right? And back then, all I had was a notepad and a pen. I would sit next to her or behind her. And old school was like, hey, what's up? How's your day going? Pass it to her. She would pass it to me.
Sometimes all you would do is tilt the notebook towards me.
Tilt the notebook. Try to do some slick things like put the TQM, which is the initials in Spanish for te quiero mucho, which means I love you a lot or I like you a lot. I kept playing with her, and there was a hat situation.
Oh, the hat! I love the hat.
So my friend Nate had this really cool beanie hat, and I used to wear it all the time. And this girl one day just grabs it on top of my head.
It was very juvenile.
It was amazing.
I kept stealing his hat,
and I kept chasing after her like two unruly children. It was, but I will never forget those chases. Honestly, deep down inside, there were days where I kind of like, I was just gonna take my hat off.
And for me, it was definitely an excuse just to flirt with you. So,
girl, so if someone's stealing your hat, they might be flirting with you. Just watch. So yeah, after she asked, and I was trying to I was trying to figure out what American dating was like. Very different than Dominican dating back in my time, because I'm 43 now. I know it's different now in the DR than my time. But I remember after she said what you said, I was like, I'm not ready. I'm thinking of going to God and blah, and not to study. And I was like, this girl playing. I'm just gonna try harder. That was September when you told me that.
No. That soon?
Yeah. Within a month of being in college, I was ready.
I forgot it was that soon.
It was that soon. From September, I didn't get a yes to anything that wasn't friendship until May 7th, 2022. For those nerds out there like me, that was the premiere of the first Spider-Man movie, which she took me to.
Along with my brother and his friend.
We were chaperoned.
Yes.
And this was literally, I think, a week or a few days before I had to go to the Dominican Republic for 2 or 3 months for vacation to be home with my family. And, I had no car. Back then, I just came from the plane. I was trying to figure out my life. I would borrow cars to go to work. So she drove. She had what was that little car you had?
A Ford Escort.
Oh my God, a Ford Escort. So Ford Escort. And after we went to the movies, hung out, she dropped me off at my host family's where I was at the moment. And that was a memorable night. Where I think we were finally be able to be kind of clear with each other how we felt. And it happens that it was also the time your commitment finished.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't just that it happened.
She seduced me with Spider-Man.
I was guarding myself until then.
She seduced me with taking me to a Spider-Man movie. Way to go out. You know how to get to my heart. Deuce ain't coming up soon. There's a new Marvel series out there. That's how you get my heart. But that to say, when I think about it now, Allison, I have to say that your commitment to something that was important to you, 20-something years later, I can see how you are committed to everything you do. That includes me. If anybody spend enough time with me after they get out of the counselor facade, I'm not an easy piece of cookie to deal with. Neither is she. But you have been so committed to me. Sometimes you have been more committed to me than I have been committed to us. But the way our story started, you were committed. Because I learned throughout the place, you really wanted me. I could have taken her out of town if you know what I mean. But she chose to keep herself, her body, and her mind committed to something. And I knew she was a person of commitment. And I don't think I don't tell you that enough. So thank you for being so committed to me, our kids, the women you serve, your friends, your family. Women like you are rare. Not because they can't be built, but you have built yourself to be what the Bible calls the ideal helper. You made me suffer for so long. But sometimes suffering brings growth. So that's our story. One of the things our story that we'll talk about as we go through is that parts of our marriage, I want to say just one part, we struggled and we didn't know if we were going to make it. In fact, I'm surprised you haven't divorced me. This time I'm surprised I haven't divorced you. Because it's so easy to do right now. And we got help.
Lots of help.
Imagine the counselor getting marriage there. Yes. And through that, we learned about the best research done about how marriages work. It's called the Gottman method. And part of what we've learned is these were methods and skills in there that have really helped us to connect to the point where I feel like my love for you, Allison, is deeper, bigger, more real, less fairy tale, but much more rich. That doesn't mean perfect, because you and I know us as she's. We fight like what, every 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, about that.
But our fights don't tear us up anymore as much.
Mm-hmm.
We come back. So we're going to be sharing some of that. And there's a question I think I want us to end with, Allison, see if it helps us. What's a tradition or habit from your upbringing that still shows up in your daily life? I know it sounds like a funky question, but it's going somewhere.
That's really hard. Just to narrow it down to one. Like a family tradition?
Yeah.
That still shows up in my daily life.
Yeah.
Well, a silly one.
Okay.
First is we're big popcorn people in my family.
Yes.
And so evenings are for making popcorn and either chilling with each other, watching something together. And that's still something I really enjoy doing with our kids and me. In terms of more serious things.
That's right. That's a good one.
Okay.
If I ask myself that same question, I would say that I think I have it. I still carry. It's my way to make humor out of weird or awkward scenarios. It's been a coping mechanism for a while, but I feel like with you, I've been able to hone it into a beautiful art that creates a way for us to manage through difficulties and to connect.
I do like your humor.
That's right.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Sometimes I'm not very funny. And the reason I ask that because this is what we call an open-ended question. An open-ended question has to do with questions that don't have a yes or no answer. And this is part of the Gottman's love map, which is how do you ask questions on the regular to get to know each other's world? It's so easy to go with like, how was your day at work? Even though that's an open question, but it's gonna be like, was your work good? Was school good? Instead of asking, what was the most significant part of your day, Allison? What's a dream you still hold on that maybe you want to create? And if you don't know where to start, we encourage you. There's a wonderful app called Card Decks by the Gottman method. It's free. And they have all kinds of questions that really help connect. And as you do this well, you'll be able to come up with your own questions that help you really connect. And at some point, we'll reflect on some of that. We'll do some of that. We just wanted to get you to know us and our story. We're imperfect. We've got plenty of raw ingredients. But our love is rich and deep. Just like a good meal. So we hope now that you know us, you'll be able to hear more what we got to say. Like I said, my lovely wife, Allison. I can't see around her. I can't speak right. And to know that even though you've been together for a long time, there is a way for your love to be reignited. And we're not offering quick or easy solutions. We're offering real and authentic, raw love. So we'll see you in our next episode. Feel free to drop in a comment, like our stuff. We'll put information about our business if you're interested in doulas or counseling. This is more something we just want to do for fun. Because why not share a story after so much we've been through, Allison? Plus, she's really fun to be around with. Thank you, and we'll see you in our next episode.